the depths of hell could have forged a diamond this special.
Alright guys, we arrived at our destination. I'm just creeping through real quick. So everything that's coming off on this load is that lumber. Let's head down. Hazard zone. So I'm gonna have to back all the way up that road there, cause, or you know what? I could pull forward. I'm gonna pull forward on this one, and then I could back out a bit. I'm not gonna make that turn up there. And hopefully he has enough space for me to offload up there. So it looks like they got some more material in. This is what's called Bonnie Plants, located in Preston City, Connecticut. And I should have enough space to offload over here. Last time he made me turn the corner with the truck and there wasn't enough space to offload. That's like great. Alright, cool. Let me try to call this customer one more time. I'll get back to you guys in a bit. Let me just pull up here just a little bit more. Set the brakes. I'll be back in a bit, guys. Alright, so we're about to get started here. So I gotta remove all this lumber. I'm gonna pull the machine down, open up the forks, and get this going. So for this, we're gonna keep our seatbelt on because this material is heavy. Side shift left, get it away. Always want to have your load as far back as possible, especially when it's heavy. Just want to make sure this GoPro is on point. Kind of hard to tow now because I got a firm grip hat on. Put my gloves on because it is freaking brutal out here, guys. All the lumber over here is stacked. just gotta be careful because there's a bunch of ruts and stuff. This guy already doesn't care as long. So I'm gonna bring it in as much as I can off the edge. I'm gonna lift it up so you guys can see. I got some stabilizer legs down there. I'm gonna put them down just to help give you some extra front pressure, because this machine does not have a counterweight. So the way that this machine operates is you got to have your stabilizers down in the front whenever you're carrying like a heavy load and you go to drop it off, because obviously you can't lower the load past the wheels when it's above the wheels, so you have to extend your forks. So I'm gonna pull the stabilizers up before I'm ready to move. I'm gonna lift up, tilt forward so I don't drag the elbows. Now it's just rinse and repeat. You just do that until your truck is empty basically, and just move as fast as you can. My normal delivery service time is about 10 to 15 minutes depending on the amount of pallet spaces I have and how far it's going with the forklift. So my fastest service time with unstrapping the load and everything like that was about 6 minutes. And that was after I got the GPS coordinates, called the customer for the next location, and my wheels started turning again, because at that time I had a E-log. So I'm gonna lift this up, wiggle this way, pick up the kicker, put the kicker over here, off to the side for now, swing it again. Drop your forks. So for this, I always keep about the distance between the front of the leg to the load with enough gap so that the material can fit in between that gap. There's sometimes you get customer job sites where they have a lot of material and you got to make it all fit. If not, you got to stack it. But when you stack it, you run the risk of damaging the material by like stabbing it or poking it. And you can see here how much gap I have in there. So what I could do is, because this is all lumber, I'm not really too worried about it getting damaged. If it was sheetrock, I would definitely care. But you pull your forks back, tilt back up, and then go forward. It looked like it hit the material a little bit there, just to get it close but not too close. I'm gonna lift my stabilizers back up. This is all about manipulating the load and making it do what you need it to do when you need it to do it. So those bunks don't have kickers affixed to the bottom of it, so that's why you gotta drop the kickers first. If I was on a busy road like I was in the previous video, I'd have been pretty freaking pissed. So now I'm a side shift left. The reason why I offloaded it from front to back instead of back to front is because I don't want that lumber to hit the sheetrock over there and bump up against it. So I just took like precautionary preventative measures to avoid damaging the corners of that sheetrock. And I did nick that board right there, but it's no biggie. It's just one board and it's like the corner of it. So you're gonna tilt back, Tilt back, side shift right, so that you're not bumping the material. Get the load all the way back. And normally when there's significant damage from the store, you always want to take pictures of it, because then when you get to the customer's house, the customer can always be like, oh, the driver delivered damaged material. And if you have the proof at the store and you make the manager aware of it, you know, you have documentation time stamped with the date on it, showing what time you took pictures of that damaged material, and it would show that you're still at the store when you took the picture. Lift this up, swing it in. Now, sticks don't have to be perfect, you just don't want them too far to the inside. Those are going to be a little bit off. All the boards bounce differently, so if I really wanted to be super meticulous, I could get off the machine and fix them. That, if you're in front of a customer, obviously you're going to want to do that to be more professional, but this guy really doesn't care. Maybe that one I'll fix. Lock my parking brake. A lot of times you'll get to some material that you're gonna need more space to be able to pull your forks out, so you're gonna want to take those boards, instead of laying them flat, you want to stand them up. But you don't want to stand them up while they're on the trailer, because then when you take a turn, the load can shift and the sticks can collapse, thus loosening your straps that you already put on your load to secure it, and then your load becomes a hazard to other people around them. So again, I'm gonna lower the load, see how much gap I have. That's a good amount of gap there. So the other three I'm gonna just put right here. So I'm gonna side shift left because I'm gonna offload back to the front. Or you know what, I forgot I got that big bunk on top. Always want to be aware of your surroundings. On this one, I'm gonna tilt forward. I'm gonna drive in nice and slow. Lift up a little bit. Lift up a little bit. It's like a tight wedge. I'm gonna put my stabilizers down. Huh? Oh, okay. No problem. I'm gonna put my stabilizer down. See how it tilts to the right? I'm gonna want to fix that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the load, pull back a little bit, lift up my stabilizer, back up a bit, then I'm gonna reapproach it. So I'm gonna shift left, turn my forks. I'm gonna turn my machine, turn my forks. Side shift right. Stabilizers down. And tilt back. Even with the stabilizers fully down, the machine still wants to rock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna manipulate the load. I'm gonna pull it back towards me, tilt forward, tilt forward again. I'm gonna lower my stabilizers, lock my brakes. I'm gonna pick up my stabilizers, lock my brakes, so that the brakes prevent the machine from sliding. And then try to do it again one more time. Pull back, tilt forward, lower. There you go. So we're nice and snug in there. And if you still can't get a good grab on it, I'm gonna put my stabilizers down. This is a heavy, flimsy load, I tell you. So notice how we're not flush on that side. That's all right. This is a heavy load, boy. Put this load down or go around the other side of the truck. I'm gonna grab the kickers. Part of my job where it's sketchy as hell, guys. So I'm gonna go take a look around the other side. I was just gonna set it here temporarily. I'm just gonna move it back to the back. Right. So yeah, if you want to just drop them anywhere right here, that's cool. I'm gonna have to move the rig to be able to get around it. You got to be careful when the road is uneven. You want to be very careful that you don't put the stabilizers down too much, so the stabilizers don't discriminate, push off on the surface. Set this forward. Alright, stabilizers up. I'm gonna have to get another kicker under there. Stabilizer down. Lift up. Let's go get this kicker underneath. Stabilizer up. cleaning up just so that it doesn't rub on that dirt rock. It's pretty fragile stuff there. You know what I could have done? I could have just moved the truck once I was done offloading that. Got it closer to that side. Sometimes you tend to make your job a little bit more difficult than what it needs to be. But it's not peak season right now, so it's like kind of rusty. Once spring and summertime hits, I'll be on my A game, y'all. So I'm gonna spin around, and then before I come back empty, you know what? I'm gonna move it now. So I'm gonna get this off the truck and get it out of the way. Do that now. Wiggle that truck over.